Girls U14, Legends FC against Rebels Soccer Club. And we are all set to kick off. Rebels FC in the all blue. They will move from right to left. We will take you through the starting teams. Momentarily. But just for good measure, good to tell you that we are off and going. In this game, just 35-minute halves, actually. As we'll be counting downward, the clock counting downward. Steve Hoffman will be joining me in a bit as well here on the broadcast. Underway here, having a couple of technical problems over at our other site, so trying to help deal with that. It's just a couple minutes into this game. Again, the good news is Steve Hoffman will be coming and joining us. Take you through the rosters for these teams momentarily. Now you are hearing something. I apologize for that. Again, we were communicating with our other site, trying to remedy some issues. My name is Danny Page, guys. Pleasure to be with you. This is game 4 of 5. Now you can hear me. Right now we're all in this together for the 70-minute contest at this age group. Girls U14. Rebels against Legends. Boy, we've had some great games today. All one-goal games. Beach FC at the girls level, winning twice. Legends really pressing early on, although you'd expect nothing less. Legends, such a proud and well-recognized club. And Legends in all yellow are really, they're pushing here early on into the 4th minute of this game. Long distance shot, and that one's hauled in by the goalkeeper, Brooklyn Hawkins. By the look of things, it might be a busy day for Hawkins. Get you to these starters in a moment. But I'll welcome in Steve Hoffman now. Hoffy, how are you, pal?
Doing good. Good day at the Plex, good day at Buena. Lots of good games to watch, lots of good youth soccer.
Karina Gallardo says number 5 on Rebels is fire at soccer. I like that. That would be Scarlett Camberos-Becerra. Yeah, it's been a good day so far. Thanks to you guys for joining me in here. It's much more fun talking to someone than just talking to myself all day.
Well, you're used to talking to yourself. That's what the wife says, right?
Yeah, certainly not the wife, but definitely my cat. Let's put it that way. A pleasure to have you here, Coach. Obviously, you're a coach to me, and just talk to me about this event a little bit and you know how it's all gone so far.
Oh, terrific. You know, I mean, obviously, representation has been on the girls' side, particularly from Carlsbad United Football Club and Beach. Obviously, we've seen a couple of games with them today, and also Legends. They had 4 teams in the semi-finals and 2 teams in the final. So, you know, this game particularly, I think probably the favorites would be the Legends. You know, Rebels is a smaller club from San Diego, but I wouldn't underestimate them. They've done a great job to get this far. The player to probably watch on Rebels is number 11, Jacqueline Berriantes. She's been with our ODP program for a little while and a special player, so she may help them do what they can do. But I can tell you that the Legends do have 3 or 4 kids that represent the state team, so it should be a great match. Looks like the Legends are playing 3-4-3. Maybe the backs are a little bit high, but that's what it seems to be. And I think the Rebels are playing in a 4-4-2, so 2 interesting styles of play.
Legends, of course, in gold, moving from left to right. Wasn't that something what we saw in those 2 prior girls' finals? Beach against Carlsbad United, and Beach were just they were more resolute defensively, I think, and more organized defensively.
I think both Beach and Carlsbad United are excellent clubs. They've done a great job in developing young ladies, and they're obviously collegiately, I'm sure a lot of those players will see at the next level. Definitely a very, very, very athletic teams, both of them. And like you say, the difference at that level is the mistake, is the one mistake. And that's probably the biggest difference in the games we've seen today, Danny, is it's whoever makes the first mistake defensively, looks like they're not going to win. Because in the San Diego game against Laffa, the boys' game, that was exciting when 2 goals in the last, 5-6 minutes. Could have seen Surf come back and end up losing 3-2, but again, great end-to-end entertaining soccer.
Yeah, that was a brilliant game. And the boys' U18 game to follow. We have 3 of the girls' games going on here. There are 10 games total across our 2 platforms. We're having a couple technical problems here and there at the other site, but that's to be expected when you're on air for 10 hours in a location without internet connection. So they're working on that one, and we should be back up.
I'm wondering whether you're setting some kind of a record, Danny, for back-to-back games here. Maybe you're going to go in the Guinness Book of Records.
At least for this city, man. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, for sure for Ventura. There's no doubt about that.
But, it's interesting. We get to see, varying styles with these different age groups, teams from different areas, boys and girls. There's really a lot on display today across the board in this venue.
Yeah, it's terrific, and I think finishing up with the final, you're going to finish up with Fullerton Rangers. They've won the national championship a couple of times. They're a really solid team. So that last game is going to be a humdinger to finish today off. And it was a great week here at the Ventura College Sportsplex. We watched an unbelievable match in the PDL on Thursday when the Fusion played Cal FC, and the Fusion scraped through after a 90-minute equalizer by Cal FC and 6-5 in our men's game. And the Missioneros finished off their opposition 7-0. So as you know, Cal South is part of the main adult association. So they're part of what we do. Very exciting games.
Other way around, though. PSA Elite took care of Missioneros.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, yep. PSA Elite.
And that is a Cal South affiliated team. PSA
Correct.
Elite,
yes,
so.
correct. So, it's
Impressive
been like
stuff
I say,
in the Open Cup.
Well, soccer, great. You're in a week. I mean, if you think back 20 years ago, we didn't hear anything about soccer. Now here you are, live streaming 10 live games from from the city of Ventura, and with some great female and male soccer players. Got a breakaway, maybe.
Ultimately played back to the goalkeeper. You're so familiar. You're more familiar with this venue than anyone, basically, Steve. And one thing that happens, I would think our viewers at home are having a look at how this goes from sunny to overcast, from warm to windy. I mean, there really are very polar weather conditions, aren't there?
Yeah, you love it. You love it out here, playing out here. You're playing a team from Los Angeles. It's 102 degrees. They come to Ventura and they're freezing cold. I mean, we have this beautiful climate. I mean, I think the great thing about having the national championship for the youth program here is, it's a destination resort. I mean, you've come to a beautiful area, as is San Diego and Manhattan Beach and those places. But the weather obviously on the coast is always a little bit different. But it's been fantastic, and big thanks to Ventura College and Buena High School for allowing us to use these great facilities. This is the first time, Danny, in the history of Cal South that we've done this. We've had these games in stadiums with live cast, and a credit to our board of directors for funding it. So
couldn't agree more. As ball's played down the line by Rebels, Ariana Hernandez trying to chase it out. I think the game is really still trying to find its identity here, isn't it? We haven't had a ton of clear-cut chances in the early goings.
I think, and again, Dan, we just done the 15s, the 16s, and the 17s, and I think the speed of play is a little bit slower. They're a little bit younger, so that's giving them a little bit of more time on the ball, and it's like you say,
enjoyable, really.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. Good possession, moving the ball around. Could be the first shot of the match there, a little bit high.
Bada, hits it over.
Lovely idea.
One of the issues in the girls' U17 game is there was no time on the ball, and I think part of that was the way that Beach set out to defend, and it really forced Carlsbad into an uncomfortable position for the entire 90.
Yeah, and the first half of the game, I felt Carlsbad dictated play a little bit, and like you say, I think it was the way that Beach set up, almost allowing them to have that possession. But again, stingy defending does it for you.
Yeah,
that's the key. If you don't give goals away, you can win games.
Although I'm not exactly sure that's your philosophy over the years, is it?
I think I think for all of us, we all love to play soccer the right way, and you go at it, and that was a prime example the other night in that Fusion game, 3-2 in the 90th minute, someone scores. I mean, that's what we need to promote the game.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Well, people get upset when it's 0-0, and but the interesting thing, I think we've had one overtime today. Did I hear from the other venue?
We have not. Yeah, there was one. The opening game was 0-0 and went into
in OT,
an extra period. Second game that followed, though, 5-2 the finals. So I know that they've certainly had their action over there at the other facility. Great work from Cal South, really, to be able to manage all of these various facilities. It's a lot.
Yeah, nice penetration from Scarlett Becerra for the Rebels. Got in the box, just couldn't get that final cross in there, which have really helped her,
Yeah, Rebels, as you said, not as widely recognized as some of the top clubs that you see around the area, but they played their way into this game.
Yeah, and I think the Rebels overall this year in the National Cup competition have shown tremendously well, building a club, and it's maybe not as big. I mean, Beach is a really, really big club, and so is Carlsbad. They've got Beach have got about 3,000 players under their banner, but Carlsbad's about 6,000 players, so it's a huge club, and a credit to all those folks at those clubs that have done a great job in developing the players. But it's lovely to see a Rebels team, which could be a Cinderella story, Danny.
Yeah.
Because I don't think a month ago you'd have picked this particular group to be in this final. So a credit to the club.
Talk about the qualification structure as well for these teams. Are they already on to Boise? Does the winner go to Boise? Or does it just depend on the age group?
No, the winners, everybody that wins a national championship is on their way to Boise. So it's a big day. You're playing for the big marbles, and of course the championships, the national finals in Tulsa, Oklahoma in July. So they just got to get through this hurdle. And obviously we know Carlsbad and Beach have teams on the girls' side going already through what they call the regional league, California Regional League. So there's some hiccups. There's some people who have already pre-qualified, but not today. Everybody's fighting for that those airline tickets to Boise.
Yeah, it seems as though even if they were unable to get a result on the day, Carlsbad is still well in the frame to qualify for nationals.
Yeah, no, they've had a great season. They've done a great job, as have the legends. I think we've seen 3 of the top girls clubs in Southern California competing. And again, I want to point out the Rebels for them. This is a Cinderella story. It should be and they're right there. It's toe to toe right now.
Is it a Cinderella story or is it just a process of building something even greater, really?
I think,
and that's what you alluded to initially.
Yeah, and let's face it, these kids are from Chula Vista, that area of San Diego. It's not the most affluent area, so great demographics, great mix of players. And I think the staff up there have done a wonderful job. We've seen them in the under-14 age group. Now we've seen them in this age group, the 15s. This is the 14s, I beg your pardon, but the 15s did a good job, had a great showing. I think they lost in the semis yesterday. And we've had boys teams also, so they're making their name.
Great ball through for Hernandez. And wow, look at the Legends defender just catch up to that. And as the ball goes off of the corner flag, force a throw in. Yeah, I think that area earlier as well when we had Surf Academy in here, it seemed like most of the players for Surf Academy were from Chula Vista. And obviously San Diego, soccer at the highest level in San Diego is in a precarious position with there being no professional team, obviously, at the top level. But I think that a lot of people turn around and then look to the border communities and say, well, there kind of is a professional team in Club Tijuana, which has a lot of San Diego-born players on the roster, if I'm not mistaken, 3 or 4 of them. and really, that connection between these border communities, it could be some of the best soccer in California, and we're seeing that with an outstanding team from Chula Vista here, and then a lot of the players earlier today from Chula Vista. Here's a bit of a break on potentially for Legends as that ball's played through for Savannah Beans. Beans can't get there, and the goalkeeper, Brooklyn Hawkins, is ultimately there to clear it away.
Yes, at Chula Vista, obviously, with it being a bordering town, I think that a lot more of the kids are involved with Cal South, but I think that the Cholos down there have done a great job in building their brand. They do a lot of stuff in San Diego. And we do have, Stevie Rodriguez, who's from Southern Cal. I think Areola's still there. Areola from Capitoria, I believe, still playing for Cholos. So we have a swarm of bees on the field, so everybody wonders what's going on in the real world. You all know that when bees swarm, the best thing to do is just lie on the ground until they go. So if you wonder what's happening here, no one's injured or no one's hurt, Danny. We're just letting those buzzers fly over.
Now, is this standard for a youth tournament, or
what, the bees come in?
Yeah.
No.
I was out at Relay for Life yesterday on the adjacent on the field that Hoffy built, right on your grass soccer field.
We'd like to get the grass field out there,
just off to the side. And that swarm of bees came through there as well. Is this like a Ventura College thing?
It happens throughout the seasons, Danny.
Really?
Yeah, I think they swarm in, they float over, and you just got to lie down and. It's but when obviously the people on camera are thinking, what the heck's going on? Everybody's falling over.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the reason for that. Kind of a funny story. But we're back to the game again now.
Our stream is about 30 seconds behind, and I'm actually looking at that and what it must have looked like on camera for the people at home that didn't know what was happening.
Yeah. I think a bowling alley came to my mind, that someone had just rolled the ball through the middle and knocked everybody over.
Right. And the teams have been made aware of that before, basically?
I think the referee did a great job. Young lady in the middle, very, very good young referee, one of our top dogs. She'll go out to regionals. It's nice to see those young referees out there playing, doing their good job,
Hardest job in the sport.
Yeah, you can never make everybody happy in that job, yeah?
Nope. McKenna Ray for Rebels plays it off to center midfield, now seeking down the line, Flores Smith. Trying to link up over the top. Searching for Ariana Hernandez. And ultimately Savannah Beans comes up with it. She's going to be a really important forward today, you can tell.
Well, good tackle.
Yeah, trying to weave through is Janelle Gutierrez. Ultimately unable to, as that goes out for a throw-in. Now those bees, they don't come up to the press box, right?
No, no, they fly nice and low, about 7 or 8 feet off the ground, believe it or not.
So that's what you do. You just lay on the ground.
Lay on the ground, and then they just fly over you. You know, it's an incredible thing when you see it, because there's a swarm. It's thousands and thousands of these things in those swarms.
As long as they're not coming up here, then you know
we're safe.
I'm still on the commentary. Angela Morales has it in the corner and has it knocked away. Throw in on the way, as both teams really unable to carve out any outstanding chances early on. Sage Robledo.
It's a matter of just midfield play, isn't it? When we get the attacking third, there's not much creativity at this point.
And part of that is because the teams seem both entirely able to really close down defensively. Hit over to the near side to Elise Garcia. A little bit of a nutmeg from Madison Fordich. Rebels living dangerously as they're a little bit tentative to clear. And cleared out by Legends FC.
Yeah, interesting. Like I say, I think the Legends are playing with 3 at the back. I don't think they're playing with 3 centre backs. I think they're playing with 2 outside backs, and then they're playing the stopper in front of those back 3. So it looks like there's only 3 there. And I think the Legends, the Rebels are playing 4-4-2, and an impact player for them is 32. Jennifer Pam, if she can get it going. We've seen little glimpses, but she's a great distributor of the ball. Nice run, unfortunately, probably just a little bit offside.
Just a little bit as she sought out Jasmine Pineda. Now, Jennifer Fam-Alvada is going to be an important player in midfield. It's a term I use a lot, especially when you're watching youth games, sort of the fulcrum.
Yep, for sure, you know.
Move from the back foot to the front foot quickly.
I think for anybody that watched the Laffer game earlier today, it was a kind of a very high line Laffer had. There was like 10 or 12 1v1s for Surf. It was a very intriguing game tactically, where Laffer made a decision to step high.
But they ran it to perfection.
Yeah, they did. They got caught a few times, and you know what? That's the gamble you have when you play that high line. I think both these teams have decided to respect each other. They're not playing with a high line. They're keeping decent shape. But when you play with 3 at the back, like Legends are doing, and you try and play at the back, it's very difficult because you can be closed down pretty quick.
Surely. Especially difficult at the end of a long weekend, too, isn't it?
Yeah,
These teams have already expended loads of energy. Chipped over the top for Rivera. Here's Sabrina Rivera. We'll step over, and now Rivera cuts back. Off to Maddie Fordich. Taken away, and well.
That's a good tackle from high.
Yeah.
Very strong. Back again come the Legends.
Hyde it is again. I think that's the deepest I've ever seen a number 9 play in my life. Megan Day last with it. Popped over the top, headed awkwardly to one side. Chance to cross, settle, and the shot is hit wide. What a good attempt for Janelle Gutierrez. Dozen minutes to go here in the opening half of this girls U14 game. Boys U18 next. That's a high-level game.
Yeah, that'll be a nice way to finish the weekend off, and you've got 2 great teams playing great soccer at this point. This one, it's like you say, it's kind of feeling each other out still. You know, with 12 minutes left in the first half, we've not seen too many chances, Danny. Creativity in the attacking third's not quite been there.
Battle being waged in midfield as both teams try to carve out a chance, and here's one! And it's 1-0! Right on cue! Janelle Gutierrez brings the game to life, and Legends have jumped in front. Superb finish, Hoffy.
Yes, great finish, and a lovely spin turn away from her defender. She was actually marked, you know. they always say great attacking will always beat great defending, and I felt that the Rebels kid did a good job, but what a finish. Not quite been there.
Battle being waged in midfield as both teams try to carve. Here's one, and it's 1-0. Right on cue. Janelle Gutierrez brings the game to life, and Legends have jumped in front. Superb.
Wow. Nailed that one in. All of a sudden, the game has come to life with 9 minutes left in the first half. Now the Rebels will have to push a little bit harder, Danny, to go try and pinch that one back. But there's plenty of time for them.
Gutierrez brought the ball down, turned brilliantly, just fired it into the back of the net. Brooklyn Hawkins, seemed to get a hand on it, but there was absolutely no keeping that out.
And a great cross. I think it was, what's the young lady's name? McKenna Ray. She actually laid that one in there, I think, a left-footed cross. And again, but it was all created by Janelle. So let's see what the Rebels have got now. It's important for them in the next 5 minutes, Danny, to not get their heads down if they want to stay in this game, because the Legends are kind of known to go at people, you know, and finish the game.
And they will. Attempting to... They seem to like to play the ball and lightly penetrate around the edge of the penalty area, find a player in space right around the spot, and that's exactly what we saw there on the opener.
Yeah, for sure they like to use their width. And again, playing in that formation they're playing in, you know, with the three backs, it basically pushes another player forward, you know, and if we look at what's happening with the Rebels, they've just got the one target player, but they're coming very deep. They're two target players, aren't they? They're not staying very high, and they're not finding them, Danny. They're not playing out of the back and finding the 9 or the 29.
I think that can be
Great
one of the
ball.
areas
Great
where
ball. Dangerous.
Legends threatening yet again. Very nice movement to create some space. Jennifer Pham. Pham now ahead to Becerra, but then popped away. Looking to head it forward is Madison Fordich. Ball's back to Fordich, who will look to touch it down the line. She does. On rushing is Robledo. Robledo holds it in, and it goes out for a goal kick. Cal South fans join Jamba Juice in their special $2 Colada Fruit Refresher promotion, running through May the 19th at participating Jamba Juice locations. Visit calsouth.com to download your coupon. That is the Colada Fruit Refresher, $2. I'm in. Jamba Juice, you see their logo in the top right corner.
Well, I'm getting the sense that in the second half they may have to move Jennifer Pham a little bit higher up the field. She definitely isn't it. Look, I mean, she's having an impact on the game, but she's very deep. Two players around her all the time. Obviously, the Legends know she's key to the Rebels team.
Yeah, she's the midfield general, and when you have her playing just in front of the back four, it's hard for her to really direct the troops in any sort of meaningful manner and in an attacking sense. Hyde.
Very nice. Nice turn.
So move through midfield, and Hyde gets it back off a 1-2. Actually, it comes to Becerra. Hit over top. Is the goalkeeper there first? Barely.
Just
Brian
about.
Gaulis.
Just about.
It's such a gray area in the game these days, isn't it? You make any contact with the goalkeeper, it's whistled as a foul, but sometimes goalies bobble the ball.
Yeah, I mean, that ball was playable. It was not in her hands, and I think the forward did a great job in just getting a knock on it. But credit to the keeper. She kept her concentration and kept it.
7 minutes and change. Left to go. Fordich plays that one back to Angela Morales. And you know you've been performing well if you're not really calling the names of the central midfielders that frequently, at least the deep-lying ones.
No, that's Legends. Legends, like I say, I think their formation is causing Rebels a little bit of pressure. They're not able to play through the center of the field because of that deep line, or should I say high line, what we would say maybe center back.
Sure.
Playing as a 6 almost instead of as a 5, and if we can see it right now on camera, it's pretty interesting. So tactically, I think that second half, Rebels will have to adjust, and they're going to have to try and get Jennifer more involved in the game going forward, like you say, not so deep.
Well, I think in 3-back sets, frequently people imagine that the wing backs and the way that they play is the most important position. I think if you're using a 3-5-2, frequently it can be the two deep-lying midfielders and how they go forward and how they help defend.
Yeah, I mean, basically they're playing with two sixes. You know, and you know, we think about the World game, we know that people like Gerard and have played that, and a ton more people, but that's, he went into that deep-lying role. Well, when you play with two of them, it's protecting that back three. And obviously, if you're playing as what we call a wing back in this type of formation, your work rate is from box to box. And that's what I think they've done. And the actual Legends wing backs are very, very high. They're not dropping very deep, and that's creating problems for the Rebels.
Hyde is eventually able to clear that away.
Yeah, and interesting again, the pressure, the line of confrontation is in the box.
Forced out for a corner kick. The Legends crowd makes themselves heard. Krista Eberly with the clearance. 4 minutes and change remaining.
I think that the Legends now have to stay resolute here and defend this corner, maybe get in and have a little talk and see what they can change. But I think the Legends line of confrontation is so high, it's taking the passing game away from the Rebels.
It does seem that if a second goal is coming from anywhere, it would be coming from the side in yellow. Funny game, though, isn't it?
Oh, soccer is. But I think Hyde's a key player for the Rebels. But like you just said, she was actually passing out of the back. Good cross, good ball near post, and cleared quite easily.
Good clearance.
Good, well clearance.
Throw in coming. Touched by Gutierrez, the goal scorer. Well sent in, nice cross, but there's no one on that back post waiting for it. Touch, is that too strong for Flores Smith? Holds it in, keeps it in play at the end line. Fine footwork from Flores Smith. Looking to turn her defender back toward the end line, still on her feet. And it comes back to Flores Smith somehow.
Yeah, Garcia did a good job in keeping her out there, Danny. Really worked hard defensively. On the actual throw-in, very, very little pressure on the ball, allowed to turn. I think that's, again, the Legends, maybe they're losing their discipline a little bit. They've got to stay tight on these forwards, otherwise, like you say, they do look more likely to score a goal.
Well, we have seen a game-changing goal in first half stoppage time in that second game, obviously. Surf in the Boys U16 final, if I'm not mistaken. Boys U15, I'm sorry. Led for
about 30,
good chunk of the game,
39
minutes.
Yeah, it was 39 minutes when that goal went in, and it was a little bit against the run of play, but that's the game, you know. I thought that Laffer's transition was tremendous. They really moved the ball forward fast. And obviously that line at the back for that particular team helped them. Even though they were flat, they were able to push forward really quickly. Beautiful day, temperature's perfect for the game.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit of wind coming off the ocean, not a whole lot, so the wind is not a factor in this game at all.
And it can get windy out here. We've certainly seen it before.
Yeah, we could get a bit of wind, and it would help. I mean, there is a bit of a crosswind going from the scoreboard to the north of the field, a little bit, the flags, but it's not affecting the players whatsoever.
So many teams these days as well just keen to play the ball along the floor. Seeing that from these two
nice
sides.
Break. Oof.
Rebels
really
nearly had a 3-on-2.
You really need that one.
Played through into the area is Rivera, and Rivera's shot is just wide of the keeper and just wide of the post. I think Hawkins had it covered, Hoffy.
I think it was, yeah. I think she had it covered, but great penetration on the break, wasn't it? Nice and fast, great ball in to the right area, good first touch, good opportunity on a turnover for the Rebels, and I think that's what they've got to protect themselves against now, is keep the ball. And like you said, I think a lot more teams now want to play, but you know the great thing about this game is you've got to be able to play short, but you've also got to be able to play long. And I think that's what's happening with the Rebels at this point. They've got a good little possession, but they're not getting anywhere near the target players. Unless it's in a transition thing where they're able to press like they're doing now. But
at some stages of the game, you're saying just to shift the focus of play, you need to go route one, basically.
You know, the game's about playing people out of the game, and if you can play 3 lines out of the game with 1 ball, you got to do it. But you also want to maintain possession to create that, maybe. So it's kind of, I refer to it as like riding your bike. You're not going to ride your bike with your head down. You're going to have your head up, look at the 2 stoplights. It's the same in the game. First look should be, can I penetrate? Second look, possess. And I think that's where the Rebels are struggling a little bit. And I think the Legends are doing a lot better job of penetrating. But we got a break maybe here.
Just a minute out from halftime, and could this be an equalizer just before?
Oh,
yes!
Here we go again.
From almost nothing, Giovanni Castillo, a fortuitous bounce. Played to her 5 yards out from the area. She took it in and coolly finished with her left, Toffee.
Yeah, and again, you know, I don't want to keep saying it, but playing with those 3 backs, you're man-to-man, and if you don't get right there and your other centre-back doesn't cover you, which he didn't, there was no cover for it. But what a great finish, though. And I think that's where the Rebels are struggling a little bit, and I think the Legends are doing a lot better job of penetrating. But we got a break maybe here.
Just a minute out from halftime, and could this be an yes!
Here we go again.
From almost nothing, Giovanni Castillo, a fortuitous bounce. Played to her 5 yards out from the area.
Very composed, along the ground, didn't hit it hard, just passed it in the goal. I would say that's probably against the run of play, but we've both said that this game I think is not over by a long ways.
So frequently, you see goals late in the opening half change the complexion of a game, and that's what we have.
35th minute, it literally at the end of regulation of the first half, bang, the Rebels are back in, game on.
Should be a great second half. You going to hang with us, Hoffy?
I'm going to hang with you and watch
right,
this one.
We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with the second half of play. U14 final. As you were, it's 1-1.
1-1.
I'm not sure how, really.
No, definitely the first half majority of possession was with the Legends, but look at this. You know, the Rebels have come out a little bit higher pressing.
There's something about seeing that scoreline on the scoreboard at halftime instead of equalizing in a game that you're maybe a bit inferior in the middle of the first half. You know, if you score and you recognize and you go into halftime with one of the last kicks of the ball at 1-1, it makes a big difference.
That's 100% for sure. And you know, and I know, there's so many games that are won and lost in the last 5 minutes of the half, and we even saw this morning. Was it Surf that scored with 1 minute and 25 seconds into the game? So
45 seconds.
45 seconds,
yeah,
which was
48 on my clock, Hoffy.
Which was pretty quick. Already there, I think the Rebels have started the second half a little bit higher up the field, but we're getting a big hole in there now, and that's going to be maybe detrimental to more the Legends than them. But second half, so far, I think the first minute or so, Rebels look like they've kind of shaken off and got that bit of confidence from that goal, like you said.
My name is Danny Page. With me in the booth here, Steve Hoffman, as we carry 10 games from 2 sites. Nick Gieber, longtime Fox Sports host, is over at site number 2 at Buena Stadium. We had a couple technical problems there, as you can imagine, being on air for, it'll probably be about 11 hours today, maybe only 10, but no less. Things to sort out, but it looks sorted. And now the Legends trying to sort this attack. Sabrina Rivera, who's helped kickstart multiple meaningful attacks. Rebels need to be a bit more responsible in their clearances.
Yeah, again, Pam's getting swamped by the yellow shirts. Doing a good job of closing it down.
Whistle goes And it's a free kick for Rebels. Remember, Cal South fans, this broadcast is brought to you by Jamba Juice. Join Jamba Juice for their special $2 Colada Fruit Refresher promotion running through May the 19th at participating Jamba Juice locations. Visit calsouth.com to download your coupon. Solid set of sponsors and supporters. Nike Soccer, obviously a big one, and Sports Authority. You see their logos emblazoned across the far side of the field. Here's Hyde. Talked a lot about Hyde in that opening half and her position on the field. Hyde tried to slip one to the attacking player on the far side. Now chipped over the top. Rivera. Rivera chasing it down. Nice job of clearing that by Hernandez. Excuse me, it's Regina Solis.
Actually started end to end. You know, we're going both ways here. Legends having a go at it, and we're having, the Rebels are having a go at it. So it's good. It's good. They're both pushing for a goal. Good throwing deep into the penalty area of the Rebels.
Popped over the top. Solis is there. Her clearance is just to the middle of the field, though. Poor back pass to the oncoming wingback. And now Becerra finds a teammate near side, Giovanna Castillo, who...
Trying to get the ball to Pam there, and Jennifer would definitely give them a little bit of boost there in the attacking third. That's foul. Hyde knocked her over, but...
taken quickly, but right back to Hyde. And then back to Legends, as Hyde's pass goes off the heel of her own player.
That's a good ball.
Yeah, nice little pass for Fordich. Madison Fordich. Just following the space.
Nice
she
strike.
Shoots, and it's
a great goal.
inside the back of the net on the near side. Fordich with a little snapshot from 25 plus Hoffy.
Yeah,
it was
great.
a nice hit, wasn't it?
You know, nice hit and then a fantastic run by Angela Morales. Ran right across the ball. Everybody thought she was going to play into Morales on that diagonal run, cut inside, and like you say, great finish. But give a lot of credit to the run by Morales. Terrific run. That's a good ball.
Yeah, nice little pass for Fordich. Madison Fordich. Shoots, and it's
a great goal.
Inside the back of the net on the near side. Fordich with a little snapshot from 25 plus Hoffy.
Yeah,
it was
great.
a nice hit, wasn't it?
You know, nice hit and then a fantastic run by Angela Morales. Ran right across the ball.
That really creates the space, doesn't it, for Fordich to hit that?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was just really timing was perfect, and you had to take the run. You couldn't back off. So, you know, again, Morales deserves a lot of credit for that. Angela did a great job there, and of course, a great finish as well. You know. But this Rebels team, they're resilient, man. They're going to come back into this game. We saw that in the first half. Don't count them out. They got Hyde a little bit higher up the field now. I like her in that more central forward role because she presses quite well. She just
as you see right there,
almost there.
The goal scorer, chance to
dangerous.
Get a second. Players onside, and the shot rolls up straight to the netminder for the Legends, and she'll be able to clear.
Showing a little bit of resilience. The Rebels come right back at them, which is good for the Rebels. You know, that gives them a bit more confidence.
And even if you don't score off that, you know, response attack in some ways, just the fact that psychologically you were able to create an opportunity almost immediately after going down, I think that's really important over the scope of the whole game and finding an equalizer.
Yeah, for sure. And again, you know, they've got to get Hyde higher up the field, and they did that. And when they do that, they've been quite successful. The same with Jennifer Pham. Same thing there. When they get higher, Danny, they look like they could create something. So I think the Legends have gone back into 4 at the back. They're going to a 4-3-3. From the looks of things right now, they've changed their formation, and maybe even 4-5-1.
Well, they've won a throw-in. It does look like they've gone to 4 at the back.
Yeah, I think that's. I think they're for sure in a 4. But it almost looks like they've gone to 4-5-1 very early in the game. Not that they did that. They came out the second half that way. They've not adjusted because of the scoreline. But maybe they feel they can get them in transition.
Rivera.
Good block.
Rivera's been a really important midfielder in this game, and her ability to turn defense into attack.
Playing that holding midfield role real well.
Trying to find Fordich, and I think that should be a corner. Corner kick coming for Legends.
It looked very close to a handball. Looked like he caught her on the hand as she went out there, but obviously referee didn't give it. Better view than you and me.
Legends are really pressing as well, though, because after giving up that goal out of nowhere, they want more. They know they need a 2-goal advantage.
Yeah, if you're the coach, if you're Josh Hodges for the Legends, you're pretty happy with the way. You're disappointed at how you ended the half, but you've got to be happy at the way you've started the first half.
Brooklyn Hawkins spills that. Ultimately, it ends up back in her grasp. Rebels will try to press a bit here. Throw in for Legends, of course, in the yellow and white. Yellow socks, moving from right to left here at the Ventura College Sportsplex. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're rooting for in this National Cup final that goes out for a throw.
Yeah, that'd be nice to know that, Danny. Maybe the furthest person away that's listening, we can send them a nice gift.
There you go.
I mean,
you're sending the gift.
We'll Cal South. I promise you, we'll send a gift. So please, let Danny know where you're listening from. And I can tell you when we did the under-14s, we had Qatar, we had Kuwait, didn't we? And we had.
I know there was at least one in Indonesia as well. I believe maybe
so.
It was the
Yeah,
Philippines.
if you're listening from a long ways away, send Danny. Let Danny know, and let's get you a nice gift out there. Maybe a nice T-shirt, and as a thank you for tuning into the games today.
Brilliant. That's marketing right there, my friend.
Giving stuff away. I'm good at doing that.
Yep. Welcome to my world. We had a lad listening from Scunthorpe earlier today.
I love it. One of the most famous players in English football came from Scunthorpe.
Paul Gascoigne.
No, it was a guy called Kevin Keegan.
Kevin Keegan,
and
really?
Actually, Ray Clements also played for them.
Really?
Yep, Ray Clements played there as well.
The gentleman earlier was actually a Stoke fan.
Oh, really? They do have one then?
Yeah, just a couple.
Yeah, they play horrible.
I kind of equated that venue a little bit to how it gets here. Kind of windy and cold.
Nice right.
Long distance hit that time coming from Angela Morales.
Stoke City. I've played at Stoke City Stadium, and it's windy all the time. It's never a day when it's not windy.
Digging back into the corner is Elise Garcia. Garcia clears it about 30 yards downfield. Camberos Becerra. Legends really providing a lot of pressure. And there will be a throw. Robledo wins the throw-in. Legends look to keep the pressure on, and they'll have to back up a bit and take that throw. Ultimately, won't they? Lisa Kolek takes the throw. Looked like a foul and a free kick. Whistle goes against Regina Solis. Legends players assembling along the far side of the penalty area. Luciana Flores-Smith planning to send this toward the far post. Rebels with the wall up, bouncing up and down. What a fabulous ball, and what a fine save by Brooklyn Hawkins. I'm not sure if Flores-Smith meant it, but that ball drifted right on to Brooklyn Hawkins, and Hawkins was able to punch it over. Just over 22 minutes remaining here at the Ventura College Sportsplex in this girls U14 National Cup Final. Rebels have come back once already from a goal down. Legends will be looking to add to their advantage, and nearly did there. Just not enough power behind the header. Legends keeping the pressure on. Quickly cleared out by Brooklyn Hawkins. She's had a strong second half in goal, hasn't she, for Rebels? Legends with a throw-in along that far side. Headed clear. Chance to shoot, and that was always going wide. Amy Bishop with the hit. Sterling Radke says he's rooting for the Rebels from Northern California, Weed, California. Regina Solis, good to hear from you. All one-goal games so far today. As Hawkins is back to take another goal kick. There is another goal in this game. The question is it an equalizer or more than likely a clincher? I think that's the real question. Becerra chasing this down. Although Megan Day lost our signal there for just a second, but we're back on. Look at this run by Flores-Smith. Still going. Flores-Smith tries to weave one into the area, and then her responsibilities lie much more in midfield, so she turns around and heads back towards central defense, I should say, as to where her responsibilities lie. Inside of 19 minutes remaining in this contest. Long walk over there to get the ball for this throw. Clock continuing to run. Janelle Gutierrez, she scored the opener. Creates some space. Nice cross from Gutierrez, but defended well by Rebels. Headed out of the danger zone. Angela Morales now sent back in, and there's Brooklyn Hawkins again. Sabina Rivera bumps into her and reminds her, hey, just in case you made a mistake. Chip forward for Katie Prado. Prado with a low cross. Falls for Legends, but no space to find an attempt on goal. And now, great ball down the line for Gutierrez. Carla Gutierrez through. And great cover defensively from Megan Day. She has been a rock, really, at the center half position. Ball's held in play along the far sideline. Mackenzie Kimmel up to Sage Robledo. Legends just pressing for a goal that would clinch this National Cup final. What a season it's been for both of these teams within Cal South. There's Mara Hyde. Hyde hits the deck, and she earns a free kick in a dangerous position. Could this be the opportunity for an equalizing goal? Hyde goes down. The free kick will be taken right on the corner of the penalty area. 3-player wall for Legends, with Rebels players assembling right near the penalty spot, about 12 yards out. And let's see how they line this one up. Needing an equalizer, a quarter hour to go. Straight at the goalie. Easily handled and just blasted downfield. Great header forward, and that goes for a goal kick. A little bit too great, I think, in terms of that header. Jennifer Pham chips this one forward for Becerra. Becerra in the area. Becerra cuts it back. Hyde tried to win that. She did at the very least force a corner kick. So a couple set pieces now. Have a great audience this afternoon across both of our games. Thousands of you tuning in throughout the day. We just want to thank an important partner, Nike Soccer, for providing the best apparel and equipment for the Pro Plus teams, Cal South staff, and Cal South events. Ball is free. Hyde! Oh, and it's headed off the line. That was the equalizer. What a clearance from Sage Robledo. Not only did she knock that off the line to make sure that this game remained 2-1, she then cleared the ball off her opponent to win a goal kick. "12 minutes and 55 seconds left. According to the clock here at the Sportsplex. Down the line again for Hyde. Her advanced position in the last few minutes has been huge. Hyde cuts it back. Hyde looking to shoot. Oh, and she aims right at the goalie. Elise Garcia. They're trying to find Mara Hyde again. She's moved pretty far up the field, and it's become really important in trying to turn this game back into a draw, bring the game back level. Just not happening at the moment. Katie Prado gets the ball back just on the edge of the D. Prado with a nice turn. Prado will look to shoot, and Brooklyn Hawkins collects it in. 10 minutes and 55 seconds left. We have some fans from New York. Let us know where you're from. As Steve Hoffman said, who joined me earlier. We have a shout out for Alexander Cielazar. Oh, you're just saying hello to one another. I get it. But if you have a shout out for a player or want to tell us where you're from, where you're watching from, let us know. Be great to hear from you. Here's Becerra. Getting around the corner, going into the box, low cross, cleared away. Who will be there first? That would be Legends. Maybe they'll look to break. Nice cross-field pass. Played over to the Legends bench, and they've won a throw-in. Throw in. Dummied down the line. Chance for a cross. A throw in for Legends. Now would be the time for Legends to get that second goal and just really put this thing to bed in their favor. Legends and Rebels in this girls U14 final. We are 45 minutes, less than that, away from kickoff for the boys U18 final that we will have for you here, of course. Little overhead kick, turning the flare on a bit. Got to handle your substance before worrying about the style. And now Solis, so many fans tuning in, looks to start the break. She's going to have to play forward from that right back spot. Solis with it again. Tries to get it through to Mara Hyde, but number 22, Regina Solis, plays at that right back position. She really will need to lead the charge forward, it appears, and she's just won a throw-in. Under 7 minutes to go now. Throw in for Becerra. And the ball comes back to Legends. I think at this time they'll just, for the next half dozen plus minutes, try to blast the ball to the opposite end of the field. Waiting out the potential goal kick. And now headed right near the halfway line. Throw-in coming for Rebels. Solis to take it. 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the half. Legends will make a change. Cleared downfield. Rebels gain about 10 yards, but they lose a lot of time as Solis has to sprint to find the ball. Here's Solis again. We said she'd be crucial if Rebels are able to mount a comeback. Angela Morales. Nice ball over the top for Rivera. Brooklyn Hawkins comes out to get that. Clears it up to about the halfway line. Now works back into Legends territory, and that will be a Legends throw. 5 minutes remaining now. Two changes for Legends as Janelle Gutierrez, who scored the opening goal, leaves the field, along with Katie Prado. You would think it will be taking a more defensive-minded approach. Our final game will kick off at 4:30. Boys U18. A little bit of a miscommunication there, but what a tackle. Sliding in is Angela Morales. 3 of our 4 games so far today have been a throw-in, not a free kick. 3 of our 4 games thus far today have been girls' games. Our final game will be a boys' contest. As I mentioned, the girls' games have all been thoroughly enjoyable, and as I also said, every game today has been a 1-goal game. 1-0, 3-2, 1-0, 2-1. That's where we stand at the moment. See if Rebels can snatch an equalizer or Legends a confirmation goal, we would call it. They're in search of it now. Nice cutback, but a solid intervention defensively by the Rebels player on the near side. That was Krista Eberly. A lot of fans of Regina Solis. Here's one from Corpus Christi, Texas. Nice to have all of you with us this afternoon. Time running out, though, for Regina and the Rebels. Mara Hyde trying to wheel around her defender. Hyde still going. But Legends are able to clear. They have a couple players forward. Nice ball through. Cut back from Rivera, but she got twisted up and fell down. Here's a long distance shot that's deflected out for a throw in. Yeah, at this point, Legends might be able to just take the ball into the corner and pretty much run out the clock. Boys U18 final coming up next, mind you. Long distance hit. As the clock in the stadium has reached 2 minutes, it pauses at the 2-minute mark. I'll be keeping time here in the booth, though. We'll keep you posted, although we're not informed of how much time is added on. Here's a nice ball through. The flag stays down. Courageous push from the goalie, who's able to reel that one in ahead of the on-rushing forward. And now Legends keen to possess the ball a bit. Instead of really trying to close things out by getting it in the corner, defending is lacking a bit in terms of the number of players back. And now Solis is whistled for the handball. 2-1. Legends lead the Rebels in this National Cup final. May 17th. Just about the conclusion of the soccer season for so many. Regionals, though, in Boise, and the national finals in July in Oklahoma. Legends to make one more change. Off comes Angela Morales. Not exactly blasted forward. It's in a position where there's 5 players behind the ball. We've reached Legends legitimately have 3 players forward. I'm not sure if they're just trying to pressure and keep Rebels buried into their own zone or what, but really at this stage they should have everyone behind the ball. Into the first minute of stoppage time. And a throw in now for Rebels. And I see the Legends coach urging every player back. You need everyone behind the ball at this point. Everyone should be back defending. And now everyone will be joined together celebrating as Legends hang on for a 2-1 win over Rebels in this girls U14 National Cup final. They really bossed large chunks of this game, but you have to hand it to this Rebels team who hung around and performed well, ultimately able to go on and win. 2-1 Legends in the National Cup final today. We have one game remaining. Kickoff is 30 minutes away. The boys U18 final at 4:30 p.m. We are going to break for this next game, and